इनफैक्ट ऋतिक से मैं काफ़ी पहले मिला था. उसका फर्स्ट पोर्टफोलियो जो जब भी फर्स्ट टाइम उन्होंने कैमरा फेस किया था, दैट वाज विद मी. एंड जब वो मिलने आया था मुझसे, ही डिडंट टेल मी ही इज़ राकेश रोशन सन. ही केम टू मी, ही सेड यू नो आई हैव कम टू यू बिकॉज हम सेम स्कूल में थे. सो ही वॉज मच जूनियर टू मी इन स्कूल, बट ही हैड सीन मी from school, and he said the first person I could associate with was with you. So उसने मुझे फ़ोन किया and said that मुझे एक पोर्टफोलियो करना है, मैं ऋतिक बोल रहा हूँ and this and that. So I told him ठीक है, come home. I saw his clothes. जैसे normal procedure रहता है पोर्टफोलियो का. I saw the clothes. I said okay, हम यहाँ करेंगे shoot, हम this date outdoor करेंगे. In those days I didn't have a very good studio. I didn't have the provision to do very good indoor pictures. But it was, even I had started out, I was I think about close to 1996 or something, 95, 96, where I just started out as a photographer and I was doing lots of portfolios. So I said, okay, we'll plan this date, outdoor karenge, we'll concentrate more on outdoor because studio nahi tha, so I was obviously trying to do more outdoor pictures. Then we fixed a date, we fixed the time, and he comes with the clothes in his car and everything, and it starts raining non-stop. And he's saying, but I have to shoot kuch karo. And I said, I have the lights, but I don't have a studio. I've just taken up this rented space, which the renovation is going to start. I've not even moved into that place. But if you want it so desperately, he's saying, I want it anyhow today. It has to be today only. So I said, okay. So in those days, even I didn't have backgrounds. I was just about setting up my studio. And we put a fabric background. He was changing behind the background. It started raining. It was a terrace flat, so the water started coming through into the studio. I said, I'm feeling really bad that, I'm making you go through this. He's saying, no, it doesn't matter, I'm good. The minute he came in front of the camera and I looked through the lens, I lit him up and I looked at him, I saw him posing. I said, this guy is a star. And by then I had found out, okay, he's Rakesh Roshan's son. He had not told his dad he's doing a portfolio. That's why he didn't mention to me initially. And he said, this is my test. If I go through this, then I will show my dad the pictures if I think I can make it as an actor. So as he's saying, then once I show him the pictures, only then can I pay you, because I cannot even pay you even any advance money. I said, no, it's fine, no problem. He said, I'll pay you only after the pictures come to me. I show him the pictures, I can get the money out of my dad, otherwise I won't be able to get the money. So I said, okay, no problem. So that's what we started off with. And then we did a lot more shoots. And one thing about Hrithik is that he likes to test every look that he does. So जब हमने पहला shoot किया था, he had long hair like up to his shoulders almost, and then he wanted to trim the hair, then he wanted to put on weight. So at every stage I did a photo shoot with him, and it was quite a funny incident that happened. That the first time when he shot with me, जो results I used to process at one particular lab in town, so मेरे processing के लिए 3 दिन लगता था. So he, after shooting with me, the next day he shot with someone else. Again, to see how he looks in pictures. He wanted a couple of views and to see different photographers work. And जो results उसको the second day shoot, the results उसको पहले मिल गए थे, and he was very disappointed and he was very dejected, and he said that and then he said, when are we getting the pictures? I said, tomorrow. So, and he had already got the pictures of the previous shoot. So he's saying, tomorrow morning, please, even if you want me to come to town with you, I'll come and pick it up, but I want to see it urgently. So I didn't know why. So that suddenly he comes and he sees the picture and he says, you made my life, this, that. I thought I'll never make it as an actor because, I shot these pictures and I was totally dejected and totally unhappy with them. So I thought my career is, before starting, has finished. So then he was really happy with the pictures and we kept shooting a lot more after that. Yeah. जब मैंने उनको जब मैंने उनको कैमरा के थ्रू देखा, आई न्यू दैट दिस गाय हैज़ समथिंग दैट, मैंने काफ़ी पोर्टफोलियोज किए थे वो टाइम पे, सो आई न्यू दैट दिस इज़ वन ऑफ द बेस्ट पोर्टफोलियोज दैट आई हैव डन एट दैट पॉइंट. एंड द मिनट आई सॉ दैट spark through the lens, I knew that he's got something that a normal portfolio person doesn't have, like the regular people who come to me. I knew, and I had shot a lot of actors by then also, so I knew that this guy has got some quality that will take him, because the way he looked through the lens, the way he was moving his hands, the way he was performing, the way he posed, I didn't think it was his first time. It was something else. Like, and after, of course, I've known him so many years, I know that he anything that he does it so perfectly and gives in so much effort in every. So I'm sure before our first shoot also he must have rehearsed and practiced and gone through magazines and gone through internet, and that's the way you evolve. That's the way. जैसे हम अभी भी पोर्टफोलियो करते हैं नॉर्मल मॉडल्स के, आई कीप टेलिंग देम दैट यू मस्ट rehearse before coming to face the camera, because it's very important to know what you're doing. So the mirror is exactly like the camera viewpoint, which is the opposite view. And I said, what you're seeing in is the mirror is what I will be seeing. So Hrithik had already understood all that before coming. I didn't have to give him those, that extra time to practice, or trying to say do this or do that. I just have to tell him that, okay, this is the mood, it's half lit, or we're looking at more intense or more happy, or just try to give him one line, and then he would take it forward from there. So जैसे like normal portfolios में I have to work extra hard to keep telling the models do this, do that, try this, try that. In Hrithik I didn't have to do it, just tell him one word and he used to go. So I knew कि कुछ quality है. Obviously I didn't know that he'll be such a huge star, but I definitely knew he's very hardworking, he's very focused in what he is doing. And one thing about him even today is that his enthusiasm about a shoot is as much as his first portfolio. Even if we shoot today, he wants to see the results immediately. If possible, he'll want to take the images right home, right after the shoot. So that quality of that enthusiasm, that fire is still very much in there with him. So I think that's obviously one reason why he's, working so hard towards everything. It pays off at the end of the day. So I think it's all for the good.
तो जब उनकी पहली फिल्म आई थी कहो ना प्यार है और
जी
फैन फ्रेंजी हो गया था,
जी
नेक्स्ट सुपरस्टार,
Right.
तो आपका क्या रिएक्शन था?
I was very happy, obviously. मैं बहुत खुश था जब Kaho Naa did well. He called me for all, even for Krrish and all, even for Koi Mil Gaya. All the movies he always calls me for the previews, or especially the movies that he's produced, his dad has produced. I usually go and see the previews. So when I saw it, I loved the movie, and when it did well and became such a big success, I was extremely happy for him. And it felt good because it's somebody's portfolio that you have done, who's reaching, who's done so well. And obviously, like I said, we did many shoots even before Kaho Naa Pyaar Hai released. We kept shooting, so I had a lot of pictures of him. And then just post release, when he came to this studio, and the craze that there was in this industrial center, in this whole office building, was insane. Like, I mean, all the actors have come here, but at the time when Hrithik came just post Kaho Naa Pyaar Hai, I've never seen that kind of hysteria in this building. So it was amazing, the energy that he had brought. And we in this building we shoot outdoor very often. So he had come in his blue Jaguar. We parked it downstairs, and we just looked up in the whole building. There was just heads everywhere, and there was like insane crowd happening. So it was. I said, wow, I've never seen this happening in this industrial center. So I was very happy.
तब से आज तक क्या वो बदल गए हैं?
Not at all. I mean, like I said, the enthusiasm, the way he was in that first shoot, अभी भी वो fire है उसमें, and improve. I mean, बदल गए means for the better. I mean, I would not say he's as approachable as he was that time. He's as warm as he was that time. He's always made it a point. जब से मैंने calendar shoot किया था, so he's been there from my first calendar till this calendar. All the calendars have features, Hrithik, and all the calendar launch parties that I've had, he's made it a point to be there every time. So he's always there for me, and I know that. Yeah.
As a photographer, आपको क्या लगता है उनकी USP क्या है?
Hrithik की USP है कि because he is so into his photo shoots, so he's so excited about every photo shoot that he does, कि उसको हर time experiment करना है. He wants to try something new, and whatever effort he puts, whatever time and effort he puts in for a photo shoot, it is 100% every time. मतलब एक दिन हमने यहाँ shoot किया था for one of my calendars where we did a tattoo on his back coming across his arm, और जो tattoo artist ने जब शुरू किया था, he told us it will take half an hour, but it ended up taking 3.5 hours, and he sat patiently पूरा दिन मतलब 3.5 4 hours tattoo कराया, makeup कराया, ready हुए. Means after 5 hours he did that only one shot for the calendar and he left for the day and he had zero complaints. So that's one thing about him, that he doesn't crib about, it takes anything to get a good quality picture from him. If he says that he's excited about a picture, he'll go to any extent to get that. जैसे हमने जो 2007 calendar किया था, where he's falling into the water with a newspaper in his hand, and I mean, it took so much for him, the way he concentrated on the newspaper, and he just did a straight free fall into the water. And in the first take, we got the shot, but he had come prepared with 7 different outfit changes. Okay, every time he will fall, he'll get dry, change with a new outfit, and then fall again. Then again, he was prepared to do that. I mean, luckily he didn't have to do that because we got it in the first outfit itself. But like I said, that that enthusiasm, that charge that he has is, it's just amazing. Yeah.
और कहो ना प्यार है के बाद जो couple of films आई थी, they flopped very badly and
Yeah.
the media ripped him apart
Right.
completely. तो उन्होंने कैसे deal किया इतना सब negative criticism के साथ?
I'm sure it was not right after the first film. Then I think right after that was Fizza, which did okay. I think after 2 3 movies, yeah, he had a span of like 4 5 flops. But for me, I knew that he's going to come back in a big way, because I knew that he's a fabulous actor. I knew that he's very hardworking and he will make a deadly comeback. And I'm sure initially it must have upset him to see, and they started comparing him to various other people, and I'm sure it affected him. But even deep down, even he knew that, he knew that he's going to come back. He analyzed what went wrong. I mean, I've very often have had heart-to-heart chats with him where, and he said that, that he felt that he had got the wrong movies, or he felt he was overdoing work. He felt like working double shifts, working triple shifts sometimes was not suiting him. The way he could not maintain his body. He used to once in a while tell us, that, I mean, I start working at 8 in the morning or 9 in the morning, go on till 9 in the night or 10 in the night. You don't have the energy to come back and work out, and you're back at work at 8 9 in the morning. So to be at work at 9, you're obviously waking up at 7 by the time you reach location, get ready. You don't have that energy to work out. And one day he was shooting for a sequence where he had to go bare body, and the producer looked at him and said, you're looking very thin. He's saying, sir, you don't give me time to work out. I mean, we're shooting like this back to back. So then I saw that, coming back, that he stopped taking double shifts. He started saying no to things that he was being forced to do or he didn't want to do. And then slowly but surely he made a huge comeback. And I mean, I always knew. I mean, when I saw Koi Mil Gaya also, before I saw Koi Mil Gaya, I knew that this guy is going to come back. And after I saw the trial of Koi Mil Gaya, I said, Dabboo, this is it. I mean, there's no looking back from here. And sure enough, the film did really well and people appreciate his work. And since then, there's been no looking back, because he has understood, he has analyzed. And I guess every actor, when, first film is a big hit, you sign 10 movies, 15 movies, you do want to work with everybody, you want to work with every director. And then slowly you realize that, I mean, everybody goes through that. So then you figure out where your raw problems were, where you went wrong, and then you come back on track.
और उनकी body की बात की जाए, he's worked very hard for it.
Right.
अभी जो उनकी physique है nearly perfect है.
Right.
आपका क्या कहना है इस पे?
When like I said, first shoot जब हमने किया था, he had good arms, but he was very thin. So, and every time I shot with him till Kaho Naa Pyaar Hai, also till by the Kaho Naa Pyaar Hai shooting started, and even after that, every time we saw his body looking better, and he has a very photogenic body. One thing about him is that when you look at him in person, where he's wearing a normal shirt or jeans, you'll not see that he doesn't look like such a big guy. People will often at the airport, when we've traveled together, also people will say, "Oh, he's so thin in person." We've always heard comments, but the minute he takes off his body, it's like a chore body. Suddenly you'll say, "Oh my God, it's like completely ripped." So I think that's a very good thing, because being in the industry, every time you don't want to look muscular. If he was looking so big and looking huge, he would not able to do Koi Mil Gaya would have not justified that character of being that kid and growing up into that man. So it restricts you in many ways. So having the correct body with the correct rip, with the correct leanness is very important. And of course, in Doom, we saw that he had a brilliant body, and he knows which body parts to expose and do it in the correct time. Like till he didn't have the perfect abs, he did not do it in Doom. Till Doom, he had not gone bare body in any movie. He had done lots of gunjis because obviously he knew he has a great back, he has great muscles, biceps, but he does it in time. He does takes his time, but does 100% job.
और कोई मिल गया में उनका लुक completely different था. तो आपका क्या कहना है इसके बारे में? How do you react to it, his look?
I honestly, when I saw the movie, I was blown. When I saw it, I saw मैंने at last मैंने ट्रायल देखा था. I looked at it in the movie and I was like, I was amazed, at the range of performance. So to me, I looked at it from a totally commercial point of view, as not to judge him. I saw it first time when I saw it, I just saw it to enjoy the movie, which I did coming out enjoying the movie. And I felt it completely worked because, and I felt, and I knowing Hrithik, I know कि कितना hard work उन्होंने put, how much he must have put into that character, trying to be that kid, trying to be into that man when he grows up, when he gets the powers. I know how much he must have put into that, because obviously that was also after like a span of couple of flops that he had. So suddenly I knew that this guy has put in so much effort, so much of hard work that he had put into it, and I thought it completely worked, the character. When I saw the trial before the movie was declared a hit, before it released, I knew that people are going to appreciate his work, and he's going to be back with a bang, because he had, lots of people had suddenly started saying, "Arey nahi, this was a one film wonder, this one was not." But I knew that that's not true, and I knew it's going to happen. I knew it'll take time, but it had to happen because he was a brilliant actor and extremely hardworking.
और performances की बात की जाए तो कहो ना प्यार है, फिजा, लक्ष्य, कभी हाँ कभी ना, एंड कोई मिल गया. आपका favorite performance कौन सा है आपका?
Difficult, but I think Koi Mil Gaya would probably be in one of my top performances. Koi Mil Gaya, definitely. And in terms of styling, the way he's looked, I think Dhoom was the best he's looked ever. In terms of styling, in terms of the way the presentation, in terms of the way he could look, and the film did 100% justice on the way the whole attire, the whole with each character, how he played those multiple characters in Dhoom. I think Dhoom was the best looking film, and Koi Mil Gaya was the best performance.
और आपका सबसे memorable moment क्या है ऋतिक के साथ?
Memorable moment. I think it would be that first photo shoot I did with him, and that point that how he said that, listen, I'm going to pay you after I show the pictures to my dad. I mean, I can never forget that the way he said it, the way that whole shoot happened, and like always being there for me, always being there for my calendar launch, which is a very important, year in my life, in my every year. That one day is very important because the calendar is launched every year. It is one thing that I look forward to every year, and he always being there for me for that. I think that's the most touching part about Hrithik.
और ऋतिक ने throughout his career has steered away from controversies, but a clean boy image as such, family life is
Yeah,
separate,
pretty much,
personal
yeah.
is separate. तो क्या वो specifically try करते हैं या naturally ये separation होता है?
He is a little reserved as a person. He is I don't think he's very open about his personal life. I think it's a very Capricornian trait. I think it's about him, which is that he likes to keep to his own business, keep to his own thing. Uh, he's extremely ambitious. He's totally focused on work. When he is with work, work is 100%. Means he'll never not bring the phone on the set also. वो फ़ोन गाड़ी में छोड़ देगा या मेकअप रूम में छोड़ देगा. He'll not bring it on to the when he's doing the photo shoot. He'll to get in touch with him sometimes is painful because he may not when he's into something, when he during Koi Mil Gaya, when he used to shoot for Koi Mil Gaya, one could not trace him. One could not get in touch with him, for days together. And you have to go and physically find out where he's shooting and meet him over there. So one thing about him is he's always kept his personal life apart from his from his professional life. So that's the kind of person he is.
After Krrish, वो बन गए इंडिया के
Superhero, yeah.
You think anyone could have done it better than him?
No, not better than not better. Krish is by far, the best superhero film, and Hrithik is by far one of the best superheroes that India will see. I don't think anybody can. Even that whole body language, the whole, the way he pulled off that whole look. Without Hrithik, it's difficult for anybody to relate to a Krish.
And being such a perfectionist, क्या आपको लगता है कि वो direction में आएंगे और will he be good at it?
If he does it, he'll be outstanding at it. If Hrithik had to become a director, he'll be outstanding. But I don't think he'll do it for a long time. I don't think he'll become what I feel, I don't think he'll direct for the next at least 5 years, if not more. That's what I feel.